Parashat Ekev focuses on the concept that the people of Israel must love God and keep His commandments to find the strength to take possession of the promised land. Moses tells them, quote, "For the land that you are about to enter and possess is not like the land of Egypt from which you have come. There, the grain you sowed had to be watered by your labors like a vegetable garden. But the land you are about to cross and possess, a land of hills and valleys, soaks up its water from the rains of heavens." End quote. Why did Moses compare Canaan with Egypt in speaking of the wonders of the promised land? What was his purpose in comparing a country that sits on the Nile and is abundant with water with the arid land of Canaan, where one has to depend on rain to water one's fields? How does all this support the message Moses wanted to convey? The illustration of Avner Moriah, created for this parasha, hints at some answers. The painting is divided into two parts. The upper image depicts a typical agricultural scene in Egypt. The background has the white pyramids set against dreamy pink skies, while in the foreground we see the river Nile imaged as a blue strip with green fields along its banks. A scantily clad Egyptian farmer is standing at the bank near a donkey tied to a wheel to pump water from the river. The lower image visualizes a farm scene in the land of Canaan, with a background of yellow, arid hills against cloudy white skies. An Israelite farmer is fully dressed in a striped gown, standing in a field behind an ox, holding what might be a plow. The farmer has plowed and sown his field and is now looking in awe and gratitude at the sight of the falling rain, which will water his crops, ensuring a good yield for the coming year. Comparing the two portrayals, we can understand why Moses chose to contrast irrigation in Egypt with the way the Israelites will water their crops in Canaan. His intention seems to have been twofold. First, he was determined to impress upon the Israelites that despite the abundance of water in Egypt, irrigation there required an effort from the farmer, whereas in Canaan, rain will come down from heaven, falling everywhere and watering the fields. Moses warns the people that once in Canaan, the rain will only fall if they follow God's commandments. This idea is reinforced by our sages in the Oral Torah. The Babylonian Talmud tractate Shabbat refers in its explanation to verse in Ishayahu that lists 6 words that apply to the 6th tractate of the Mishnah, beginning with the word emunat, which is translated as faith. The Talmud quotes Resh Lakish saying, "What is meant by this verse in Ishayahu? Quote, 'And there shall be faith in thy time, strength, salvation, wisdom, and knowledge.' These are the 6 orders of which the Mishnah and Talmud are composed. The first one, faith, refers to the order of Zra'im, seeds, because it requires great faith in the Almighty to sow little seeds in the ground and have the hope of rain falling so that crop could grow. According to Moses' words in the parasha, the Israelites' reliance on the rain will make them fully cognizant of the limitation and of the need to have faith in God to fulfill his promise of having, quote, a land which the Lord your God looks after, on which the Lord your God always keeps his eyes from year's beginning to year's end. Shavua Tov from Schechter.